Welcome, and let this peaceful story carry you gently into sleep. Outline Adventures of Tulip and Clover. This story is about Tulip, a kind-hearted boy, and Clover, a playful beetle, whose endearing friendship under the radiant sunshine brings them joy and memorable adventures. Once upon a time, in a village bathed in golden sunshine, lived a kind-hearted boy named Tulip. His days were filled with joy as he explored the world around him. One fine morning, Tulip decided to venture deeper into the meadow near his home. Basking in the warm sun, he noticed a tiny beetle struggling to flip over. Tulip picked up the beetle gently and placed it on a leaf. The beetle, named Clover, fed Tulip with sparkling eyes. From that day on, they became inseparable friends. Each day, Tulip and Clover set out on new adventures, their spirits lifted by the radiant sunshine. They explored blooming flowers, heard the whispers of the wind, and chased the shadows of clouds. One afternoon, they discovered a hidden grove filled with the sweet scent of jasmine. The grove was a magical place where sunlight filtered through the trees, creating a dance of light and shadows. In this enchanting realm, Tulip and Clover felt the deep sense of comfort and peace. They lay on the soft, grassy floor, letting the sun's warmth envelop them. As the days turned into weeks, their bond grew stronger. Clover's playful antics always brought a smile to Tulip's face, while Tulip's kindness and curiosity inspired Clover. They learned many life lessons from each other, understanding the meaning of friendship and trust. One day, as they were resting by a sparkling brook, they saw a rainbow forming in the sky. The vibrant colors mirrored the joy they felt in their hearts. Tulip and Clover realized that their friendship was like sunshine, brightening their days and illuminating their path. Their adventures were endless, and each day brought new discoveries and cherished memories. The village folk often saw Tulip and Clover together, and their bond became a symbol of hope and happiness. Under the golden rays of the sun, they knew they could conquer any challenge. Tulip and Clover's story was a reminder that true friendship could outshine even the brightest sunshine. And so, with the meadow as their playground and the world as their canvas, Tulip and Clover painted their lives with hues of laughter and love, forever basking in the glorious sunshine of their companionship. Another soothing tale is ready to be told. Poppy and the Mischievous Pixie. This story is about a girl named Poppy, who befriends a mischievous pixie named Tansy, and they have a magical adventure in an enchanted forest. In a quaint village nestled between rolling green hills, lived a little girl named Poppy. Every day, Poppy would explore the meadows and flower-filled fields, discovering new wonders. One sunny afternoon, while picking wildflowers near the edge of the enchanted forest, she stumbled upon a tiny mischievous pixie named Tansy. With wings sparkling like diamonds and a grin that hinted at playful secrets, Tansy introduced herself with a twirl. Poppy was both delighted and curious about her new friend. "Let's have an adventure," Tansy exclaimed, eyes twinkling with excitement. Hand in hand, they stepped into the soft shadows of the forest, leaving traces of their laughter in the breeze. As they wandered deeper, they arrived at a hidden glade where ancient trees with silver bark glimmered in the sunlight. "This is my home," Tansy said proudly, showing Poppy the tiny doors in the trees that led to her pixie family. Poppy marveled at the delicate craftsmanship and the tiny, joyful beings that flitted about. They danced and played games, and Poppy felt as light as the pixies themselves. Just as the sun began to dip below the horizon, Tansy revealed the secret of the glade, the magical spring that granted wishes. Poppy's eyes widened with awe. "Can I make a wish?" she asked softly. Tansy nodded and guided her to the sparkling waters. The puppy closed her eyes tight and wished with all her heart to always remember this special day. Suddenly a warm light surrounded her, and she knew her wish had been granted. As they made their way back to the village, Puppy felt a new bond with the forest and its magical inhabitants. She promised Tansy she would return to visit often. The village lights glowed warmly as they returned, and Puppy waved goodbye to Tansy, her heart full of joy and the promise of more adventures. Under the cozy quilts of her bed that night, Puppy dreamed of silver-barked trees, twinkling pixie wings, and laughter that danced on the wind, feeling lucky for the magical friendship she had found. Another gentle tale is ready to be shared. Camellia and Jasmine, a tale of life and support. This story is about Camellia and Jasmine's mutual support and friendship, which illuminates their paths and the whole village. In a quaint little village nestled between emerald hills lived a girl named Camellia. Her chestnut brown hair and sparkling blue eyes, she was known for her kindness and always willing to lend a helping hand. Not far from her window, in the thick of the woods, lived the firefly named Jasmine. Jasmine was not like other fireflies. Her glow was gentler, more delicate, and she often felt insecure about it. One evening, as the moonlight bathed the village in a silvery glow, Camellia sat by her window, gazing dreamily at the stars. She heard a soft thumbing sound and noticed the faintest of lights flickering in the distance. Curious, she followed the light into the woods. There, she found Jasmine perched on a leaf, her light wavering as though in distress. "Are you okay?" Camellia asked softly. Jasmine's tiny voice trembled. "I don't shine as bright as the other fireflies. I'm afraid I'm not good enough." Camelia's heart swelled with compassion. She gently cupped Jasmine in her hands and said, "Your light is perfect just the way it is. Sometimes, the softest lights shine the brightest in the darkest moments." Jasmine's glow seemed to grow a little as she listened to Camelia's comforting words. "You like to join me for a walk?" Camellia asked. Jasmine nodded eagerly, feeling a sense of belonging for the first time. As they walked through the woods, Jasmine lighting the way, Camellia began to share her own worries about feeling too ordinary and unnoticed. They soon realized that they each had strengths that made them special. Nights turned into weeks, and a beautiful friendship blossomed between Camellia and Jasmine. They supported and encouraged each other, their bond growing stronger with every shared secret and laugh. Jasmine's confidence grew, her light steady and warm, while Camellia found joy in their unique friendship. On the enchanted evening, the village was preparing for the annual Lantern Festival. While everyone else hung lanterns, Camellia had a brilliant idea. She turned to Jasmine and said, "Will you be the guiding light for the festival?" Jasmine hesitated, then took a deep breath. "Be by my side, I will shine my brightest." That night, Jasmine led the entire village through a magical night of light and laughter. She sparkled brighter than ever, feeling proud and loved. Camellia watched with tears of joy in her eyes, knowing that together, they could illuminate even the darkest of paths. From that night on, Jasmine's gentle glow became a beacon of hope and reassurance for the entire village. And Camellia, forever grateful for their friendship, learned that support and love could light up the darkest of times. Now let's enter another heartwarming journey. Geranium and Camellia, a tale of warmth. This story is about Geranium, a kind woman who looks after a caterpillar named Camellia, which eventually transforms into a beautiful butterfly, thanks to her warmth and care. In a cozy village nestled between rolling hills and whispering forests, there was a small house with red shutters where lived a kind-hearted woman named Geranium. Geranium had a special garden filled with vibrant flowers of every shade, but her favorite was a delicate caterpillar named Cattleya. Cattleya, with its tiny velvety body and gentle demeanor, enjoyed basking in the morning sunlight on Geranium's favorite rose petals. Each morning, Geranium would greet Cattleya with a warm smile and a gentle "good morning, little friend," folded where Cattleya would wiggle delightfully, knowing it was in the presence of a loving soul. As the days grew colder, a chill settled over the village. Geranium worried about her garden, especially little Cattleya. She decided to move some of her beloved flowers indoors, creating a warm refuge from the impending frost. Every evening, Geranium would sit by the fireplace, reading stories to Cattleya and the other flowers as they nestled by the firelight. Particularly frosty night, the wind howled through the forest, rattling the windows of Geranium's house. She gently scooped up Cattleya and placed it in a soft, warm box lined with silk, right next to the fire. "It will keep you safe and warm," she whispered to the tiny creature. As the nights grew longer and colder, a bond of warmth and trust developed between Geranium and Cattleya. Each night, before bed, Cattleya would listen eagerly as Geranium told tales of far-off places and magical adventures, her voice full of warmth and affection. One morning, after a particularly cold night, Geranium awoke to find that Cattleya had transformed into a beautiful butterfly with magnificent wings that shimmered like a mosaic of the finest stained glass. Geranium's heart swelled with joy and pride as the butterfly flitted gently around the room before settling on her hand. "We've grown into something truly beautiful, Cass," she said softly, tears of happiness glistening in her eyes. The village winter passed, and with the arrival of spring, Geranium knew it was time for Cattleya to explore the world. She opened the window, letting the gentle spring breeze fill the room. With a final loving glance, Cattleya soared into the sky, dancing among the blooms that Geranium had tended with such care. Every spring thereafter, a dazzling butterfly would visit Geranium's garden, pausing to rest on her shoulder as if to say, "Fine to feel your warmth, Affectium," and Geranium would smile, knowing that Cattleya was living a life full of color and joy. Thank you for listening. Sleep peacefully.